What is going on, guys? Kieran here, and we are back for another Xur inventory video for the week of the 19th of June. Well, I apologise if this video is a little bit lackluster this week. I am sick, basically. I think it's just down to the change of weather over here in England. We've had cold weather, then it's just gone straight up to hot weather. No one really knows what's going on in terms of the weather over here, so I think that's just given me a bit of a cold. But I shall soldier on through it. Anyway, here's, I know what he's got this week. He's actually got some of the new House of Wolves exotics, which is nice. We have the ACD-0 feedback fence for the Titan. The rolls on this are 66 intellect and strength is 46, which is decent. You can get better, but if you want this gauntlet, I would go ahead and grab it. Now, obviously, we can't get a preview of it, but I like to call it the Deus Ex gauntlet because it seriously looks like something out of a Deus Ex game. Now, the perks on this are Rain Blows, increased melee attack speed, Brawler's Charge, replenish super energy when you kill an enemy with a melee, and Wrath Conductors, that's the exotic perk. Taking damage from a melee attack deals damage in an area around you. The best way I can describe this is in Bioshock, when you get that plasmid or whatever, and when someone hits you, you just basically zap the floor. It's kind of like that. I used it in my Bioshock Let's Play, so it's basically just that. And I remember in the Bioshock Let's Play, that got me attacked by so many big daddies. But yeah, so if you got a Titan, I would go ahead and grab this. I'm not going to grab it this week, even though I do have my Titan, but I've just managed to get it up to level 34, and I don't want to have to go back down again. But yeah, for the Hunter, we have the Kefri Sting. Pretty interesting gauntlet, actually. I've just actually picked it up. I picked it up just before recording this, actually. But yeah, this gauntlet is pretty interesting. You can gain invisibility after crouching in place for a short time, which basically eliminates the need for you to use the perk on your Blade Dancer. Melee attacking an enemy whilst invisible from behind delivers 4 times damage, which is interesting. I've heard that you can one-shot a Blade Dancer with this, so I will have to test that out in PvP and see how that goes. We get increased reload speed for primary weapons, which is nice, and we have reduced melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb of light. So let's take a look at the gauntlets here. You've got a little beetle on your arm. They are one of the most interesting looking gauntlets in the game. My only gripe about them is this. They don't change colour when you equip a shader, and that bugs me when exotics don't do that. So I've got my awesome new shader that I got from doing all the Queen's Wrath bounties, Palace Victorious. But now if I want to use Kefri Sting, it doesn't look right. Destiny, I swear to God, breeds perfectionists, or OCD. Because if a shader doesn't look right with my armor, or my armor doesn't look right with a shader, I'm not going to use it. But I'll level it up and just see how it is. It's probably not going to be one of my main exotics because Achlyophage Symbiote exists, but there we go. And for the Warlock, we have Starfire Protocol. Honestly, pretty bad roll on it this week, I'm not going to lie. If you have a Warlock, I'd probably pass on this because you could probably get a better roll at some point with it, or just trial it with an engram. That's probably a better idea. But honestly, just don't bother with the Starfire Protocol this week because the roll is pretty bad. We have, well, for the perks, I might as well read them out. You get an additional fusion grenade, you can carry more ammo for fusion rifles, and you can carry more ammo for heavy weapons. That's basically it. And it does kind of pigeonhole your abilities. You've got to use a fusion grenade to get the most out of this exotic. If you've got a Warlock, you're definitely better off running with Heart of the Praxic Fire. But yeah, just leave this one because the roll's terrible. For the weapon, we have Hard Light. Can't really recommend this right now because auto rifles just are useless, to be honest. I really hope they would do patch it because I've got plenty of auto rifles that I really want to get the most out of, but auto rifles really aren't worth using. They're not viable in PvP, maybe a little bit in PvE, but you may as well just use a scout rifle or a hand cannon. Because auto rifles, you're just not going to be dealing that much damage. In fact, I actually tried using Suros Regime in Crota's End on hard mode, and it just could not keep up. And that's one of the best auto rifles in the game. So, yeah, Hard Light, give this one a miss if you haven't already got it. It's not worth it right now. And for the engram this week, we have Body Armor again. I'm going to once again try my luck. And see if I can get an engram. I can only get one this week, by the looks of it, yes. So maybe it'll give me purifier robes? Maybe. I probably should have done this on my warlock, because that just kind of makes it lucky, but you never know. Purifier robes. I'm crossing everything that I can cross right now.
Well then. Over form, I suppose.
Oh, why? Why? Ives, you've betrayed me. I thought you were cool. So I got a crest of Alpha Lupi, which I got last week as well. Do not need that. In fact, do I? It's got a decent roll on it. I think I had one in my vault. Let me just check. Oh no. Oh, Destiny, why? Why? Oh, guys. Okay, I'm going to end the episode here because you don't really care about the Alpha Lupi exotic. Yeah, Destiny servers have been all over the place this week, so I'm not even going to bother trying to beat Skolas this week because the servers are just going to go down. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This was a fail-filled episode. I'm going to go back to bed because I feel like shit. And I will see you next week. Take care, guys.